Una Hagenisiga. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a fabulous Monday. Today, I have Dawne here, and she is amazing. If you guys haven't heard her blog, go and look in the comments below and read it. So Dawne is a petite blogger, and what she does is empowers women to feel and look their best and empower their voices so they don't feel little, right? And so today we're going to talk about finding beauty in your healing journey. So thank you, Dawne, for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you. And let's really talk to these people who are watching to inspire them and feel empowered by their journey. So, Dawne, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and your passion?
Okay, so like we were speaking earlier, I've been on Instagram and social media for quite some time now. And, recently I sort of felt lost in my social media about my purpose. And very recently, I've just been going back. Why did I even start to begin with? And it's really just own your voice. To me, social media has always been my dear diary. Of my journey, of my personal journey. And I just wanted to hone in on that I want people, or women really is my target audience or my niche, going through adulthood, navigating it, juggling it. They have a 9-to-5 job, but they also have these passions like fashion and beauty, and they don't know if they should start blogging, or they're looking for motivation on is someone out there going through the things I'm struggling with, whether that be toxic relationships, owning their confidence, or their confidence is low because they're going through trauma and how to heal. So that's really what I do. So
that's extremely powerful. Thank you for sharing that. It is so needed, especially right now. Everyone is having this weird time where they can actually connect in with themselves. And sometimes we're not even liking what we're seeing our reflection. And so I think just having this conversation and really owning this is my journey and this is the things I'm experiencing. And I don't like that part of myself. So how can I change it? So I think what you do is so important, because even I look up to you and I think about, oh my gosh, yes, this is, I'll write something down and connect with it. So what you're doing is so powerful. And it's so strange when you are on social media, you don't know all the people you're influencing. So it's amazing to see, just hearing, my own experience, connecting with that, oh my gosh, this is helping so many people.
Yeah.
So let's get to the meat of this. Let's talk about, in your experience, in your healing journey, how did making feeling beautiful and finding your voice really empower you?
So it was sort of like a journey when I was going through, let's say, I think my lowest point in life was when I got out of a very serious relationship that I had to heal from that relationship because there was a lot of trauma involved. And then just bad things kept happening to me. So I think a few months later, I experienced sexual assault, and I was just not in a good place. So I had to go through a journey where I sort of had to fake it till I made it. So I would go to, what did I love before? What makes me happy? Just little things that I could do for myself. And that was fashion and beauty. A little bit of makeup on, wearing a cute outfit, hanging out with my girlfriends. And I really had to go through the emotions that go through, right? I was so angry. I was so traumatized. I was playing the victim for a little while until my mom finally said to me, Dawne, you are being too negative, and only negative things can come from that. And I got so offended. I'm like, what? How is that my fault? How did I attract that? And it wasn't until I got to that stage where I could fully understand where she was coming from. I was like, crappy things happened to me that were out of my control. But now what can I do to move on from that? Because I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to feel like a victim. I don't want to feel crappy about myself. I want to own my voice, own my journey, and I don't want this to define me. I want to go back to that happy Dawn. I want to be that positive person. And that's when I really had to take accountability. I had to be honest with myself. Okay, you've been on this negative journey. You don't like it. What can you do? What can you do personally? So I had to ask myself that. And what is it that I have to change that I don't like about myself in order to get to that place of feeling beautiful on the inside again? It was no problem for me to feel beautiful on the outside, put a little makeup, put a cute outfit. Great. I looked okay in the outside. The inside is where I felt so ugly. And I really needed to just go through the emotions and be honest with myself, take accountability, and step by step, rebuild and say, yeah, this happened to me, but I'm going to move forward and live my life. So I think the long-winded answer.
Yeah. Thank you for being vulnerable. I know even in my own experience, that is so hard to just own your story. Like, I'm a sexual assault survivor too. And so I could really connect with what you're saying. Like, I had to embody my emotions. I had to let go of even just being angry. Anger is the number one thing you have to overcome. And we think that's so bad, right? We're told, like, don't feel that emotion, let that go, but we hold on to it. And that's really what blocks us from our healing journey. So thank you for sharing that. I know so many people are out there going through this of coming out of healing or are in the middle of it. So it's really powerful to see you and what you have accomplished in your life, and that, you don't have to own your trauma, that it is possible to come out of it and feeling stronger than ever. So thank you for sharing that. So let's talk about feeling beautiful within. How do we do that? It's such a hard thing to think about because we reflect what we feel inside. And so by finding that pure beauty, is it from connecting with our emotions, or is it more like that mentality? Is it affirmations? What did you do to feel that beauty from within?
I think it's a combination of both, right? I really truly believe in self-affirmations, positive. So I talk to myself all the time internally. Wake up and tell myself, I feel beautiful. I feel loved. I am very capable. I have these dialogues with myself every day, not just in the morning when I start feeling stressed out, maybe with work, so many deadlines. I feel all this pressure. I have to step back, breathe, have some self-talk, self-pep talk. And also, you really do have to dig deep. Like I was saying before, you have to really self-reflect all the time. And until you are able to realize that, sometimes you are the bad person, you do have bad traits, but doesn't make me a horrible person. A good person. I'm a loving person, and I'm a beautiful person. And I think working on the inside of yourself is an ongoing journey. It's forever. It's a lifetime. And getting good at that's a lifelong skill that you always have to maintain. So, once I started really reflecting on who I am as a person, who I want to be, how do I get there? And setting small, attainable goals. You can't get from A to Z right away. You have to go You have to go down the alphabet, and you just have to be really patient. That's one thing I've learned. And I'm not a patient person, but I'm trying every day to be patient. And there's going to be some days you go backwards a little bit, like, you feel like you went backwards, but that's okay. That's all part of it.
Yeah, it's really good to be patient, especially as you're unlocking these new things. You're like, wait a second, I don't like that about me. And being patient with that transition, because if you're not patient, then the healing's not going to take place, right? You have to really love and nurture yourself, kind of like you're a child again. You're rebirthing yourself so you don't have to feel so small and trapped anymore. You know, you're really learning that. And so it's really good to love yourself. If that means loving yourself is giving yourself affirmations that day, or loving yourself is putting on your favorite lipstick, or feeling empowered just from like stepping out of your comfort zone that day. And I think that's really important to reflect, especially since we are all on this journey together. There's no race. It's like we all, it might be a little staggered, but we have the same goal, and that's to reach our full potential and like really love ourselves and nurture ourselves. So let's talk about nurturing and how do we nurture ourselves correctly? You know, there's a right and wrong way to do that. So what is your advice on that?
You know, I really like to write things down, because if you don't write things down, how can you remember something? So like I said, like my blog has been my Dear Diary. And if you go back to my blog, you can tell, oh gosh, Dawn was going through something.
Yeah.
Going through something today. Or yeah, so my blog is my Dear Diary. My Instagram captions is usually how I'm feeling currently. So I think you really have to write things down, reflect, like, okay, this was the situation I was in. This was my approach. This is how I try to deal with it. Was it successful? And you have to really look back and analyze your emotions. Did I feel good doing that? Was that good for my healing journey? Did that work? Because then maybe I can apply that to a similar situation if I ever face adversity or a hardship again. Like, that really worked for me. So to me, it's like venting to my friends. If I find that when I bottle things up, it's just, I will burst. And it usually does happen because I get to the point where, oh, I don't want to reach out to anyone. I don't want to feel that or let people know I'm going through something. But honestly, if you let people in, it is so healing and it really helps me. So don't be scared to ask for help is one thing that really helps me. Vent, writing things down is so like cathartic for me. I don't know what it is. It's like, this is the last time or like a breakup. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. And once I put it on my blog and I get all the reactions that I do, it's like, you know, what I'm doing or my tactic helped. And so maybe it can help others. So really writing things down, really, you have to really reflect and pick apart like what worked, what didn't, and why didn't it work? And what did work, build on that.
Yeah, I love that. I like the idea of just you're being vulnerable with yourself and you're really reconstructing your patterns. It could just be in that relationship. We get in cycles and we broadcast to the world, you know, I'm okay with this. And so you get in that cycle and you get that behavior. And it's when you say, I'm done. I don't want to attract that anymore. And you write down, this is my new dream person. This is my new career or anything like that. You know, you're attracting it already. You've already made that conscious decision and attached it to your life. And so I love that even you're doing that and you're writing things down and what we do is we connect with that consciousness. Our subconscious is the one holding on to these things. And as connecting those in writing, we allow it to be released. And so that's just what you're doing. So I applaud you for doing that. I do it every day. I write down, even at night, all right, I'm holding on to this memory from today. I felt this emotion. I don't like what happened here, or I'm still kind of angry with myself. And I forgive myself in my writing. So just like, if you're listening, apply these things we're talking to your life. And I promise you, she promises, you know, you're going to feel so much better just from doing it for one day. And from doing it one day, you're not going to want to stop. You know, try it for the week and let us know how you enjoy it, you know, how freeing and powerful it is. And don't forget to like forgive yourself. You know, we can forgive others, but it's so much harder to forgive our own selves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
so big on manifestations. Like,
mm-hmm.
say it out loud. This is what you want. This is where I see myself in the next month, 6 months, in a year. And I'm telling you, like, the stars will already start to align with you. The universe will heed your call. Like, I'm so big on that.
Yeah. Like, it's because you put it out there. You put that passion behind it. And it's so powerful.
You have to really believe, like, I am so capable. This is going to happen. I'm ready to receive these blessings from the universe. Like, the planets will just align.
Yeah. And what's beautiful is if we even apply that to how we feel inside, saying out loud, I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm like confident. I'm glowing, you know, just by saying that out loud, your body already like, whoa, we like this. And you just have to keep doing it. So what are some of your favorite affirmations you say to feel so beautiful and powerful?
You know, I have my moments where I'm more sweet to myself, and then I have my savage moments. So it depends on my mood. So some days I'll be like, Dawne, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are smart. Today is going to be a good day. You're going to have a very blessed day. And then sometimes I'll wake up feeling like I'm, you know, a savage or a badass, and then I'll be like, nobody could ever take my place, even if I put another person in it. They couldn't take my place because I would never let them do that. I'm Dawne. No one else is me, and that's my power. So it really depends on my mood. So
I'm like, I love that. I'm gonna do it for myself. It's just like, it's like how, like, you have to reflect on how you're feeling in that moment, because sometimes it is like your inner child that needs to be talked to, so calm and peaceful. And then sometimes it's like, no, like, I'm awesome. Like, you can do it. You know, it's just like the intensity of like where you're trying to even accomplish, you know, those things in the day. Like, it depends on how you're reflecting and you're speaking to yourself. So I love that. That's awesome. Let's talk about like really focusing on beauty. You know, all of us out there, I struggle with it. I know so many of you who are watching struggle with it. You know, we have our bad days. We have those days when we look at ourselves and we think, that's not, I don't like that. Or you take a photo and you're like, I'm going to delete that. I'm not sharing that today. It could just be like, you know, the way we view ourselves changes daily. So in our healing journey, we can become very hard on ourselves. It can just be like, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I'm nothing. You know, it's just those really hard and tough conversations you have with yourself. So in our journey, how do we overcome those thoughts? What do you do to get out of them? How do you feel super beautiful and empowered when you are in your lowest day?
So when I first started really noticing my negative self-talk, I would wear an elastic, like a hair tie, and I would pull it so I feel like, why are you being negative to yourself? And I was doing that a lot. And some days I still do, especially when I'm super stressed and I feel pressure to get content in for my social media, and I'm like, why aren't the pictures turning out?
Yeah.
Again, you have to catch yourself being negative and be like, you're negative. And if you are negative, it's only going to attract negativity. I already said to myself, I'm feeling ugly. These pictures aren't going to work out, or I don't want to go out. No one's going to talk to me. Like, I'm going to be the ugliest one in the group.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. So I have to stop right there. Like, no, okay, that was bad. Now, what can I do? What can I change in here so outside reflects beautiful? Because there's nothing wrong with me. Okay. Yes. My eyeliner today maybe took way longer than I did, and my lashes won't look the greatest today.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a deep breath. You're beautiful. Let's just fix the liner, fix the mascara, wear your hair something differently, maybe that you feel comfortable. Just feel comfortable and tell yourself, okay, first of all, you're not ugly. And let's change our attitude. And then you'll be like, what was I even talking about?
Right.
So I think, honestly, catching that negativity and nipping it at the butt is key to feeling that, okay, I was wrong. Let's move forward and embrace what's happening. I'm fine. Everyone goes through those days. Not just me. I'm not the only one having a bad day today or doesn't feel 100%. And that's okay. And I think that's really key. That's what I do.
Yeah. And especially since I love that you're saying that, even though I'm having a bad day, I can change my attitude towards it. So it is that feeling, okay, what can I control and what is something I know that makes me feel awesome? So is that your lipstick? Like today, I'm wearing my favorite one because I'm like, all right, we have to feel on fire. It changes your mood. Oh, I have a favorite shirt. I'm going to put that one on.
Exactly.
Or, oh, I love these shoes. Or I love when my hair lays this way. It's just already changing your appearance because you already think about it. You already connected with positive emotions. So then that's going to reflect. And so I like how we are consciously aware of it, but on the subconscious level, we're like, oh, I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am confident. You're already installing that just by changing one thing you love about yourself. I had this conversation with one of my friends the other day, and we were talking about this beauty standard and how those features might not be for everyone, but find the one you love about you and just rock it, So with that, what do you say to people to feel empowered with their features? Because, if we could really hone in on what we really love about ourselves, that is going to help push us forward in our healing journey. So what do you recommend for people?
You know what? I find from my personal experience, the things I hated the most about myself are the things people love the most about me. So an example, my hair, it's frizzy as hell right now, but I have naturally curly, frizzy hair. Yeah. And when I actually wear it naturally, people are like, I love your hair. And it's just like, really? Okay. If they like it, clearly something's wrong with my self-image, or I had to change that about myself. So I sort of test my comfort levels. I'm not comfortable wearing it, but I'm getting positive feedback. Okay, let me wear my hair naturally more and own it. Or I'm a creature of habit. I stick to the same thing when I feel good about it. So my lip combo, always the same. It's always a neutral, pinky, nude. Go for that. And then, Dawn's always wearing, that's her go-to look. Go for your go-to looks. And then at the same time, push your comfort levels. Try different things. You never know. Or for the longest time, I hated having this button nose that I have. Well, but growing up, because it wasn't the standard white nose that I grew up seeing all the time. And now growing up in Toronto or living in Toronto, people are like, oh my God, I love your nose. And so many people have told me that, and I'm like, really? I hate it. And part of me still does. Yeah. Right? And it's more like, no, I have to embrace it, right? Find ways to say, you know what, this is my nose, or this is my hair. I don't like it, but others do. So therefore, it's beautiful.
Yeah. That's so important. And I like that you put yourself in where you're comfortable, and then you also embrace the things you aren't uncomfortable or you're not comfortable with. And so I think that's really important. And for you, tell me experience or a story that you've had where you didn't like something about yourself and how it reflected on you personally, but then how did you change that image of yourself?
So I think I'm going to go back to the whole nose thing, because growing up, I was teased a lot by my relatives, about my nose because it wasn't pointy and all of that. But growing up, it's just when I used to start getting compliments about it, I'm like, okay, so let me see how I can get comfortable with it. Now I have a whole routine down with this highlight I got going on. That's my go-to. I can't I love it. And then some days when I don't wear makeup, it's fine. You know what I mean? So I test the boundaries, like, okay, let me see if where my comfort level is. Okay, let's just not wear makeup and it's right there in the open. There's nothing I can do about it. And then when I do wear, try different contouring methods, you know, and I'm comfortable with it now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This is what I have. Or another thing is lashes. You know, I was never blessed with beautiful long lashes.
Yeah.
Always wearing falsies. But when I don't wear falsies, which is most of the time, like Monday to Friday when I'm at work, I'm not wearing lashes. Fine. And then I started wearing just mascara because of, you know, the whole COVID thing. I'm not getting my lashes done. There's no going out, you know, when I have to wear a mask and putting lashes on. And I've just been wearing it naturally. I've been like, okay, my lashes aren't long, but let me nurture them. So I've been using lash serums. I'm not hopeful that they're going to grow, you know, long, but you know, I'm taking care of them. I'm wearing mascara. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these itty bitty lashes. Like, they're so cute. Like, let me just embrace it, you know? And, yeah, I like to, you know, I love a good glam, but I also can rock no makeup. Most time people will be like, is that Dawn? I think I saw you. But you look so different. Like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
So you just gotta keep pushing your boundaries, and again, just being really kind to yourself. You know, this is what you're born with. There's not, like, yeah, you could do changes, but embrace it.
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially since there are our off days. And when we start getting a negative just about that one little insecurity, it's going to ruin your day. It's going to really bring you down. And so if you can, change it. You know, add highlight, add, you know, the thing that's going to make you feel empowered by it, just so it doesn't affect your mood. Especially as you're healing, we have to be so kind to ourselves. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to take ourselves down. So we have to embrace our insecurities, make them feel confident, so then we're not focusing on that. So we can really focus on ourselves and moving forward in our lives and really allowing ourselves to step into that loving power, because that's going to be your strength. So thank you, Dawn, for taking your time today to really empower our viewers who are watching and giving them all this amazing tools to feel confident on their journey. And so can you tell us where to follow you?
Okay, so I am Dawne Aliza on Instagram, and my blog is touchofdawn.com, and my Facebook page is also Dawne Aliza or Touch of Dawn. And thank you so much for having me. Honestly, this is actually the first time I've talked about some of the personal things I've been through. So I thought this was a great first introduction, and viewers will definitely be hearing more of my personal story. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you for saying yes and being vulnerable, especially during these times. And everyone, follow her. She's amazing. Her content is so inspirational. And we are so grateful for all of you. And if you have any questions or you need help, reach out to us. We're always here for you. And we look forward to talking with you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.